I'm John with Optrix, and I'm going to show you how to properly change lenses on your brand new PhotoProX. Because the PhotoProX is waterproof, you have to make sure that you've got the proper O-ring in there when you change lenses. We've made the O-ring bright yellow, so it's kind of hard to miss, and you want to check that every time you take a lens out. You want to look and make sure that yellow O-ring is in there. We even provide some extra ones, so if you do lose it, make sure you've got more. When you're starting out, one of the easiest lenses to screw in is the fisheye. When you put a lens in, it should screw in very easily. It shouldn't bind, it shouldn't be hard to screw in. So you notice I put that lens in and I'm screwing in with barely the touch of my finger. So you don't want to ever force a lens. If you do start to screw in a lens and you're finding it's binding a little bit, all you do is you screw the lens as though you're taking it off, and you'll feel the lens seat, and then you go back to proper direction. This is to keep from cross-threading a lens. When you're screwing a lens in, you'll feel that it's really easy to screw in, and all of a sudden you'll feel kind of like a little bit of resistance. This is where you're actually contacting the O-ring. Now, to get a proper waterproof seal, you want to hit that O-ring and you feel that little bit of resistance. You want to go another, full half turn if you can. It's pretty easy with the fish angle lens because it sticks up pretty high, but if I show you with another lens like, the 0 degree, or in this case, the macro lens, it's a much smaller lens. So when you're screwing this in, it's sometimes hard to get a grip on it. A really good trick is to use the lens cloth that we've provided to grab that lens and get some leverage. You really want to screw that in. If you just hand tighten some of the smaller lenses, sometimes you can't quite get them tight enough. If you don't have this rag with you, you can always grab a piece of your shirt and do it that way. The important thing to remember, again, is you have your yellow O-ring in place, and when you screw the lens down, you have a nice, half to 3/4 turn after you contact that O-ring. As long as you do all these things, you should be all set to shoot underwater down to 33 feet with your Optrix PhotoProX.